All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott, formerly of Rankin Technical College, and as part of my YouTube channel, JPS-Jeff Teaches Programming, and in particular, the YouTube playlist, the only one currently under that channel, which is Jeff Teaches Programming-Python. I've been going through a series where I've created somewhere just short of 40 different videos to try to teach people about Python. We started with the basics, and we've gone all the way into object orientation. The last several lectures have been on orientation. And I just did one where I did one on a bank, and I had a bank account, or I had a bank class, an account class, and a main. But there was really nothing in there as far as inheritance and the like, so abstract classes, etc. So I'm going to put that in now. All right. So if you look on here, I have a folder that's called 02 Inheritance, and it's kind of hard to see this, I understand, but I've got a bank account class that's empty, a checking account class that's empty, a Christmas club account class that's empty, a savings account class that's empty, and a main, which is empty, but I'm going to put something in it right away. So I'm going to go and open up this 02 Inheritance in code, and close all this stuff that I've got opened up here. Try that again. See if I closed everything. And I did not. So let me do this. Let me close. File. Let's close the folder. There we go. All right. And let's open this one in code. And there you go. So now we've got bank account, which again, bank account is empty. Checking account is empty. Christmas club account is empty. Savings account is empty. And even main is empty. I'm going to add something to main right now, which is going to be a big comment. Why? So I can go over this with you. All right. So this is the idea here. We will create a Python banking system program from scratch. It will have the following classes in it. All right. So bank account, the superclass of all other classes. This will be an abstract class. We'll have 3 child classes. Those child classes will be checking account. As it says, it's a child of bank account. And all checking accounts must have a minimum balance of $100. Then we've got savings account. Again, a child of bank account. And a savings account must have a minimum balance of $25. These are all arbitrary numbers that I came up with. They have no special meaning to them. Get rid of some of these blank lines. We've got a Christmas club account, which again is a child of bank account. All right, all Christmas club accounts must have a minimum balance of $10. Again, these are all just arbitrary values I've come up with. You should be able to do the following for any type of account. You should be able to go in and check your balance, deposit money into that account, withdraw money from that account, transfer money between accounts, and open any type of new checking, savings, or Christmas club account. All right, there's 3 objects. Yeah, I'm going to just create objects of each account class. So I'm going to create several of each of these: checking, savings, and Christmas. Not a bank account, because again, it's abstract, which means it cannot be instantiated. All right. So bank account again will be an abstract class. As it says, it'll act as the base class for all the other types of bank accounts. it'll define abstract methods, check balance, deposit, and withdraw. And I change these. I want that to look like this. Deposit and withdraw that must be implemented by the subclasses. As it says, it should also implement a transfer method to transfer money between accounts. Checking account, again, inherits from bank account and enforces the minimum balance of $100. Savings account also inherits from bank account. This has a minimum balance of $25. And Christmas Club, which inherits and has a minimum balance of $10. Again, objects for each account type. Let's just say each child account type are created / instantiated. Examples will be provided to check the balances, deposit, withdraw, and transfer. Okay? So that's what we want to do in here. Now, what I'm going to do, and this is going to be a little different from what I've done in the past, I am going to do 3 imports in here. So I'm going to import checking account, and I'm going to call that as CA for checking account. I'm going to import savings account, and I'm going to do that as SA for savings account, and I'm going to import Christmas Club account, and that'll be as CCA. All right, but I'm not going to do the actual instantiation yet. Why? Because I'm just going to get nothing but errors for doing that. So let's go in and start to create the other types first. All right? All right. So let's come in. Let's do a file, save right here. And let's go in and open up bank account, which again is empty right now. So we're going to have class bank account. All right. And for now, I'm going to leave that empty. I think I'm going to end up putting something in there later, but for now, I'm going to leave it empty. Okay. Do it like that. All right. This will be the account holder, the person who has the account, and the balance. Oh, I'll need self in here. I don't know why I wrote select. There we go. And self.balance to equal the balance. All right. And then I'm going to create some abstract methods. What doesn't it like? There we go. Okay. I'm going to put here add abstract method. Okay. Now it's giving me an error. We'll fix that in just a minute. But we're going to have def check balance. And to show basically this is abstract, we're going to put here pass, which means we better define it someplace else. Now, up here, I'm going to put in here from ABC, import ABC and abstract method. All right. This is basically built-in stuff. All right. And this is going to allow us to create these abstract methods. Okay, we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Let's create another one. And this one will be deposit. Oops. And again, we'll pass. Have another one here, and this will be withdrawal. And a pass. Now, what this is done, what these three methods here have done, this is just the kind of stuff we've been doing. But what we're saying here is that anybody that is going to, any class that is going to inherit from bank account, and that'll be savings account, checking account, and Christmas club account, they will all inherit from bank account. But since we set these methods up as being abstract and there's nothing in them, that means that I'll have to be able to do a check balance, an abstract, a deposit, and a withdrawal for each one of these. So for the savings account, for the checking account, for the Christmas club account. All right, the transfer, I'm not even sure if I even tested this one or not, but I'm going to put it in anyway. This is not abstract. All right, sorry about that. All right, so I'm coming in here and I'm doing the transfer method. All right. If the balance is greater than or equal to the amount, all right. So in other words, do I have the money to be doing it in the first place? So, does this much money exist in the account? All right. Now, when we do this, we're doing a transfer, right? So we are going to check and we're going to withdraw that money. Okay, so we want to say self.withdraw, and we want to withdraw the amount. Okay, now the only problem with this is what if we have $500 in our savings account and we want to move that all to checking? Well, the savings account is going to have a minimum that we've got to leave in there. All right. So we've got we've got amount, and I didn't account for this. So I'm going to have to make a change to this a little bit later. So I'm going to say here target account dot deposit amount print. Let's put an F string in here. Transferred, then the amount, from let's just say transfer this to the target account. Yeah. To target account. Okay, that's fine. probably not exactly what I'd want to put in there, but that's fine. We can always change this later. All right. Now, else, we don't have enough money. So we're going to print here. Again, we'll put an F string even though we don't need it. The transfer failed due to insufficient funds. Okay. And let's come in here and let's also add some \n. So if we get this to work, eventually it'll look a little better than it would have otherwise. Okay, I think for now, at least, for now, that's it for the bank account class. So we'll just save all on here. All right, whatever we do next is, as you probably guess, is totally up to us. But let's do the savings account next. Okay, so we've got the bank account, and now we'll do the savings account, which again, as you can see, is empty. So we want to import the bank account, and we'll do that as BA for bank account. And this will be class savings account. We'll have to bring in a bank account. So BA bank account. Now, for savings, what did we say? For savings, we said the minimum balance is $25. Whoops. All right. So that's the minimum balance. So we'll say that just that. So minimum balance equals 25.00. All right. Then let's start adding our methods. This isn't going to be real big. So def Now we're going to have different types of minimum balance. So just to be sure, we'll put in here savings account dot minimum balance, just so we're sure we're working with the right one. So again, let's put an F string in here. Okay. Otherwise, if we get down to here, okay, we're going to call super, and that's going to handle the account holder and the balance. All right. So this will call the, there's 2 underscores I'm missing. Method of the bank account class. All right. All right. So that's that one. Now next is to check the balance. Okay, so that'll tell their balance. We need to deposit and withdraw. And again, these will be very similar to one another, except in one case, the deposit we're adding, and the withdrawal will be subtracting, if possible. And again, let's put some \n's in here just so we're sure. Otherwise, stuff tends to run together, and I don't want that. So that is the deposit. Now, what we can do is we can check, and we can say if amount greater than 0. And of course, we're going to get an error because we have to tab here. Else. And we can do different things here. We can raise a value error. We can just do a print, whatever. I'm just going to do a print here that says you cannot deposit less than or equal to 0, something like that. Okay? All right. Let's do another def here on withdraw, self and amount. Now, when we do this, here we checked. We wanted to verify. So here we wanted to verify that amount to be deposited is positive. Okay? Well, we actually have to do the same thing here. So we can do this. I know I'm going to grab all this and I'm going to make changes to it. So, because again, in one case I'm depositing, in another case I'm withdrawing. All right, so verify. So if the amount is greater than 0, and I don't want to do this yet, but that's okay. Otherwise, you cannot withdraw less than or equal to 0. Okay. So if the amount is greater than 0, all right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I think I did something like this before in the last set of examples, but I'm going to come in and say this. Temp value, and let's see, that should be self, which is one of the reasons I'm getting errors in here. There we go. So temp value equals self dot balance. Let's make it equal to amount. All right, so before we do this, we're going to come in here. We're going to say if temp value if self dot balance minus temp value, if that gives you less than savings account dot minimum balance, you can't make that transaction. All right? Because it's going to give you less money than you have to keep. All right? Oops. All right. So if that's the case, if it's less, all right, then I want to come in here and I want to do a print. Print that says, I don't know, withdraw amount failed, leaves, would leave less than minimum balance. Something like that. Okay? All right, so if that's the case, now, else, we do it. We withdraw it, and we say that the withdrawn amount from their savings account. Okay? We'll go back and look. Let's go back and look at everything when we get all done. So we'll do another save all here. All right, so that's 3 of the 5 files. Let's try doing next. We got main, we've got bank account, and we've got savings account. Next, let's go in and let's do checking account, which again, as you can see, is empty. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is going to look a little weird, but I'm going to grab everything I had in savings account, and I'm going to copy it into checking account. Why? Because a lot of it is similar. I still want to import bank account, but this is checking account. All right. And the minimum balance in the checking account, this was $25 there, but in checking, it's $100. All right, we'll do our def init. Now, if it's less than checking account, minimum balance for a checking account is, so it should come back and say, for a checking account, is $100. All right, then we want to call the init method. Again, pass in the account holder and the balance just like before. Then we've got a check balance, and this will be the checking account balance for this is self.balance. Then we've got a deposit, which probably is going to be virtually the same. All right. But instead of deposit it into savings, we're going to deposit it into checking. All right, and same with withdraw. This will be in checking account. Now let's double check in here, no pun intended. And let's go back up to the top. Okay, there is no more savings in here, so I think they've all been fixed. All right, so file, again, save. Again, I'm going to do a Control-A, Control-C. Why? Because I'm about to take this and copy it into the last one, which is the Christmas Club account. All right, so again, we're importing. This now becomes, so everywhere we've got the word checking, so everywhere we've got checking, we want to replace it with Christmas Club. It says 8 places. Let's check starting from the top here. Place, whoops, Christmas. And in a Christmas Club account, the minimum is $10. Let's remove one of those zeros. Let's just manually do this so I don't have to worry about it. So, get rid of that. So everywhere now I've got checking. I want to replace that with Christmas Club. Okay. So you can see how similar all of these are. All right. So file, save all. Let's go back to main now, and we should be able to go back to main and now instantiate our objects. So instantiate, we'll do 3 of each. So 3 savings account objects, which I'm going to do in a minute. Then we're going to do 3 checking account. In fact, let's even get rid of the space. So 3 savings account, 3 checking account, and 3 Christmas Club account objects. We're going to do that right now. Okay? So I'm going to be very generic here. So checking, we'll call them checking 1, checking 2, and checking 3. How's that? And again, it needs a holder's name, so we'll make that Mary Smith. And we'll need a beginning. So let's put it here, $1,000. Okay. And we're going to create 2 more of these. All right, so we'll have checking 2 and checking 3. Checking 2 will be John Johnson. And let's just say that he has $3,500. Finally, checking 3. This will be Kate Kramer. And she will have $10,000. Okay? In checking. Now let's do 3 savings account objects. And then finally, we'll do 3 Christmas Club. So we'll call these savings 1, savings 2, and savings 3. And let's just quickly do this one. We'll call this Christmas Club 1, Christmas Club 2, and finally Christmas Club 3. All right, so this will again be a savings account object. And this will be a Christmas Club object. And of course, we'll change the people's names and the amounts. So this will be Bert Fleming. And Bert will have $2,000. Next, we'll have Kathy blank. And she will have $55.55. How's that? Finally, we'll have Kelly Jones. And Kelly Jones will have 8765. Okay, I'm just making all this up. All right, finally, you've got our 3 Christmas Club people. First, we'll have, let's make it Marty Kent. All right, next we'll have Russ Jones. And finally, we'll have Millie Caps. Okay. All right. And Marty Kent will have, let's put 56, 95 or 98, and how about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So those are our objects, but we haven't done anything with it. We need some examples of stuff we want to do. The only thing I forgot to do, and I forgot to check, was the transfer. So examples of checking, let's do savings account, checking account, and Christmas Club account, check balance, deposit, and withdraw for each type of account. All right, so let's start with the savings, and not like it's a big thing, but let's see, we got here checking, then savings, and Christmas. Checking, savings, Christmas, that's fine then. So checking, savings, and Christmas. All right, so this is checking. So let's come in here and print checking account, checking 1 example. All right, so print checking 1 dot check balance. So we're going to check their balance right away. Checking 1 dot deposit. Let's put in $1,400. And then let's do a withdraw. Of $800. And when we get done, let's check the balance again. All right. So let's copy these. And the difference will be here. Whoops. We're going to do checking account 3 example. Get their balance, we'll deposit in there $789, and then we'll withdraw $1,000, and then we will check the balance again. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go do a similar thing. All right, but this is going to be savings account. So this will be savings account savings 2 example. So where we've got checking 1, it'll become savings 2. All right, we'll come in there and we'll deposit $100 and we'll take out, I don't know, $300. And then we'll look at it. Okay. And then we'll do savings account 3 example. All right, so for 3, we had said, well, it's got plenty of money in it, $87.65. So that's savings account 2 and savings account 3. Let's deposit in there $19.87 and let's remove $3,300 and then check the balance. Finally, so we've got in here checking 1, checking 3, savings 2, savings 3. This is going to be Christmas Club. And this will be, so here we did 2 and 3, we did 1 and 3, so we'll do 1 and 2 here. So this will be Christmas Club 1. All right. Now Christmas Club 1 had $5,600 in it. So let's put in $1,000. And let's take out $2,000. All right. Finally, get rid of this. And this will be Club 2 account. And in 2, we had $9,800, so we got plenty of money. So let's put in $100 and let's take out $5,000. All right, and this becomes Christmas Club 2. Gotta fix my battery. Plug the thing in and just give me a second here and I will. Right, so I'm gonna plug this in right now. That should do it. All right, let's see first of all if I've made any mistakes. All right. So file, save all. Knowing me, I probably have some. All right, let's run this. Yep, okay. Checking account has no attribute, savings account. Okay, so in main, line 80, that's up here. Oh, that's got to be CSA. And for the Christmas Club, It's got to be CCA. All right, hopefully that fixed everything. Let's clear this out. Let's save. And let's run it again. Well, look at that. All right. Got a few too many blank lines, but checking account example 1. Mary Smith, $1,000, deposited $1,400 in, withdrew $800, which is $600. So she's now got $1,600. $10,000, put in $789, removed $1,000. So we should have $211 less. Looks like we do. All right, savings account 2, $55.55 we put in. So that should be a net loss of $253. That's correct. 87, put in $1,900, took out $33, so it should be about $1,300 down. Looks correct. And Christmas Club, $5,600, added $1,000, took out $2,000, $4,600. That is correct. 98, deposited $100, which would be $9,900, and took out $5,000, $4,900. All of it looks correct. The only thing I want to change in here is where I'm printing this stuff. Let's see. Got way too many blank lines in here. Print. So let's look in here. In fact, yeah, well, let's look at each one of these. Check balance, I'm already putting in that, so we don't need this. Whoopsie. And I don't need it here either. And I don't need it here either. I'll tell you what, if it fails, and I'm not checking any failures now, I'll leave those in. Okay. All right, so that's all okay. Let's go to checking. All I'm doing is removing some of these blank lines. And Christmas. That one I do want. I think it's going to look a lot cleaner right now. So let me go back to main. Let me take this. You can see what it looked like. Let's run it again and see if it looks a little nicer now. All right, we got to make sure we're running main. We are. There we go. All right, so checking 1, checking 3, savings 2, savings 3, Christmas Club 1, Christmas Club. I got some junk there. All right. Before the withdrawal for Christmas Club. what I do on there. Now I'm not checking error conditions here. Should I? Of course I should. All right, but I'm not. Get this back up. Let me go to main again. Run that again. And there you go. Now there's everybody. All right. And I'll tell you what, I'm 51 minutes into this, so I'm going to stop here. And then what I'm going to do is come back with the second part of this and go over every one of these classes and main, of course, that I've created for this program. So I'll be back with that, hopefully at least within a matter of minutes. Thanks.